Hello, everybody. Peace. Hang loose. I got a question for you. Here's the question. How do you think I lost my left hand? How did I lose my left hand? Think about it and try to guess. See if you can guess before I tell you. Gone. That's a lot of hand gone. All right. When I lived in Hawaii, I did a survey. I put a shark tattoo on the top of my hand, a hammerhead shark. Really cool looking, a henna tattoo, temporary tattoo, a hammerhead shark temporary. And on the inside, I did a stick of dynamite with TNT and blowing up fireworks, henna tattoo. And then I did a survey on the big island of Hawaii. I asked all kinds of people, what got my hand? Dynamite or shark? Dynamite or shark? I lived in Kapoho, Hawaii, and I swam with sharks. I lived right on the ocean. I swam with a family of sharks and other times. So I lived in Hawaii for 6.5 years. So I'm asking you, what got my hand? Was it dynamite or was it a shark? What do you think? I'm not going to let you think all day. All right, make your conclusion now. Shark or dynamite? Shark or dynamite? Dynamite had a fuse this long, and it had a faulty fuse. I lit it inside of my bedroom on my new house because it was too windy out. So I went inside to light it. I lighted, and it went zip boom right at my hip. It just went zip boom, gone. Fucking hamburger, gone. That's the look I like to give people if I'm pissed off at them. I give them the look, if somebody's cracking off to you or getting wise or something. I don't say shit, and then I go like this. It's a good look, I think. Would you like some apple juice? I still have my right hand. I'm a Scorpio. That's a scorpion with a rose in its hand. My words, as you see if you watch anything, have a little bit of a bite to them, but I come back with a rose. I'm a nice guy. But my words can be kind of harsh at times. Yeah, what's it like to have a lost hand? I'm glad it wasn't my right hand. It sucks, but I don't think about it much anymore. I had a prosthetic that cost like $35,000, and it hooked right on the end of the elbow here, and then came up to the full hand. It had a prosthetic hand and visual hand on it, rubber hand. It basically functioned on three grabbing points. So the little muscle in my arm on the top side would activate it, and the little muscle on the bottom of my arm would activate it. So, like for opening and closing the hand, there was a sensor in there that sensed those two muscles in my arm. So you could open it slow, depending on how you do it. You think about it, or you could open it fast. But I didn't like the look of the hand on it, so I cut the rubber hand off, and then I had just three claws, three gold claws with black tips. So that looked a lot cooler. It was a lot tougher. But because it was attached around the elbow here, I couldn't bend my arm all the way straight. Straight, it would make it kind of about cocked like that. So I didn't like that about it. And it just, I could grab a glass with it and drink, but I drink with my right hand. So most things I do with my right hand, I could do. So it didn't help me a lot. I got tired of it when I was in Hollywood, and before I left back for Wisconsin, I took it and I threw it in the dumpster. I threw it away. Now I'm looking at getting 3 or 4 prosthetics. One just physical hard ones that are latched on tight. One for fishing for holding a fishing rod, and one for hunting for holding the end of the gun better. One for a pool cue for a pool because I love to play pool. I play right now with this hand and I still beat people one handed. I golf one handed. And I had my best game in my life with a one handed golf club or one handed golf. I parred a course, 12 holes I parred. I got 4 bogeys, 4 pars, and 4 birdies. That was the best golfing I've ever done in my whole life, and I did it with one hand. So I like to golf. I'm going to golf this summer. I'm excited about getting out golfing again. I got a couple friends that are going to golf with me, and I just picked up some golf clubs for ladies. So I'm going to try to talk my girlfriends into golf with me. You got to golf with a guy with one hand, even if you don't golf. You can try the game, you know. Golf's a fun game. I would never be avid, serious, crazy about it, but I like to play it now and then. It's nice to be outside, and I like to drive golf carts around, you know. My hand, when they cut it off, and I first saw the x-ray of the bone where it was cut off, it was square. The bone was cut off square. There was no radius on the edge of the bone. So I go to the doctor. I go, why didn't he put a radius on? The doctor looks at me and goes, well, I would have put a radius on it. So it hurts. It's always tingly. It's always cold because of circulation. So it feels good on the eye, you know. And it's good for this. But it's always tingly and it hurts. If you hit it, it hurts. That edge where the bone is, I'm really pissed at the guy. It ain't like I'm going to cut it back open and pull the bone out and re-radius the bone. Half-assed people doing jobs. But I was knocked under. When it happened, the day it happened, I blew my hand off and the cops came. And the cop goes, he picked up a bunch of my fingers, which were all hamburgers, just little bits of fingers and stuff. And he goes, you want to save that? And I'm like, no, it's gone, you know. And then they came and I was on the second story of my barn house, and they put me in a gurney and walked me to the ambulance. I got in the ambulance and I was just in pain big time, you know. And we're sitting there in my driveway in the ambulance, and this girl starts reaming on my hand. I go, fuck, that hurts. And a guy in the back of the ambulance goes, you could shut your mouth out or we'll throw you out of the ambulance right now. I like, fuck you. I didn't say anything. I couldn't believe he said that. A guy just blew his hand out, and he's worried about me yelling at a girl that's reaming on my fucking hand. I said, I need a painkiller. I said, I got to have a painkiller. I said, you can't have one. And then about 5 minutes later, a helicopter landed just down from my house. So we went in the ambulance to the helicopter, and I got in the helicopter and went from Menominee, Wisconsin, or Colfax, Wisconsin, to Minneapolis. And I was just screaming, I got to have a painkiller, but they wouldn't give me a painkiller because they knock you out when you go in for surgery. You know, pow, get knocked out. My nose is getting better from falling in Hawaii. So I sang Christmas songs at the top of my lung, as loud as I could sing Christmas songs. I sang it the whole flight all the way to Minneapolis because I was in so much pain, you know, and no painkillers. Got to Minneapolis to this burn vehicle hospital, and sitting down waiting for my turn, and in walks a severe burn victim. I had to wait another 45 minutes till they seen me. I said, Doc, I got to have painkiller now or I'm going to have a heart attack and die. You know, I can't take any more pain. This is killing me. So this has been like 2.5 to almost 3 hours of being in pain with no painkillers. It sucked. So be careful when you play with dynamite. Beware of a faulty fuse. It was actually a firework, a big round ball that they use for fireworks. When you watch fireworks and you see the colored fireworks, and then some of them have where you see a big white flash, it's like 6 big white flashes, and they go wham, wham, wham. It was one of those. I had their equivalent to a half stick of dynamite. I went to a firework place and I go, hey, do you got any big stuff? And he took me to a back shed because you can't sell big stuff in Wisconsin, really big stuff. They sell great fireworks, but not the really big stuff. And he took me to a back shed and he grabbed this baseball and he lights one off and he throws it as far as he can and it lands on a gravel road and it goes wham! And here comes a rock, boom, hits me right in the left arm, starts bleeding. I go, yeah, that's the ones I want. So I bought like 20 of them. I had shot off 5 or 6 of them before I ran into this faulty one, which was what they use in the fireworks. It's called the rapid fuse on it is, I can't remember the name of it, but so anyways, it just went zip boom right at my hip, gone. So that's about it. That's a story. That's a short story for you. Peace. Hang loose. Give me questions. Anything you want me to talk about, I'll talk about it. So I've been experienced in everything in life. I've done every drug in life. I've done everything. So ask me some questions. I love questions. Peace. Hang loose, everybody.